Welcome back, fight fans, to another deep dive. This time we're breaking down UFC Fight Night 248.
Awesome card.
It is. We've got a ton of exciting matchups to get to.
Absolutely.
We'll analyze each fight, look at the fighters, and even dive into those betting odds.
Yeah, give the listeners some insight.
And of course, we can't forget the main event.
Oh, the main event.
A showdown between former champs, Petr No Mercian,
Taking on.
and Deiveson Figueiredo.
Can't wait for that one. Figueiredo moving up in weight class. Lot of questions.
Yeah, lots to unpack there. But first, let's jump into the main card.
Sounds good.
Starting with Yan Xiaonan versus Tabitha Ricci. Xiaonan, she's ranked number 4 in the strawweight division.
Yeah, she's a beast, man.
Known for her aggressive striking. High output, just overwhelming.
Throws a ton of strikes. Ricci, though, she's no slouch.
No, she's not. Ranked number 9.
And she's well-rounded. Good on the ground.
Grappler. Likes those submissions.
Yeah, this one's going to be interesting. Think about it. Xiaonan loves to pressure.
Just overwhelms them, right?
Exactly. But Ricci, she's got good takedown defense.
So if she can weather that initial storm, maybe get Xiaonan on the ground.
Could change the whole fight.
The odds makers, though, they definitely favor Xiaonan.
Yeah, but if Ricci pulls this off...
Huge upset. Could really shake things up.
Big time.
Now, speaking of upsets, let's talk about Song Kenan versus Muslim Salikov.
Oh, this is a good one. Welterweight bout.
Both coming off losses, looking to bounce back.
Salikov, man. Even at 40 years old.
He's got that power.
Those spinning kicks. Dude's a highlight reel.
But Kenan, he's got that relentless pace.
True, and durability. Kenan can take a punch.
I think he's going to try and pressure Salikov. Force him to work. Tire him out.
Yeah, make him gas. But those strikes from Salikov, man, one good shot, it's over.
It really could be.
Yeah.
Odds are pretty even for this one. Could be a close one.
Definitely a toss-up.
Okay, moving on. We've got women's flyweight bout. Wang Kong,
Dominant wrestler.
6-1 record, taking on Gabriela Fernandez.
She's looking to build off her last win.
Wang, she's a heavy favorite.
I mean, look at that record. And her wrestling, top-notch.
The only loss she has.
Another wrestler.
That says something.
Yeah. Fernandez needs to stay on her feet in this one.
For sure. If she goes to the ground with Wang,
Could be a rough night.
the odds are reflecting that. Wang's at -850.
So Fernandez pulling off an upset, gonna be tough.
It'll take a near-perfect performance.
Agreed.
All right. Shifting gears to light heavyweight now. Volkan Ozdemir.
Versus Carlos Ulberg. 2 power strikers.
Both with a penchant for finishes.
This one could end quick.
Oh, usually first round. Both got the power to put the other away.
But Ulberg's on a roll right now.
6-fight win streak.
Yeah, momentum's on his side. And his striking's looking sharp.
Ozdemir, he's got to be careful. He's got power, but...
Vulnerable to those sharp strikers.
And Ulberg is definitely that.
Odds are slightly in his favor, which makes sense.
Yeah, considering how he's been fighting lately.
Absolutely.
All right, last one before we get to the main event. This one. Potential fight of the night. Zhang Mingyang.
Chinese prospect. Loves those knockouts.
Up against UFC newcomer Ozzy Diaz.
This one's going to be wild. Light heavyweight, and get this.
Neither fighter has ever gone to a decision.
Talk about fireworks.
Diaz, he tends to get a little over-aggressive, hunting for the finish.
Which could leave him open, right?
To Mingyang's counter-striking.
Dude's got a left hook.
Lights out with a clean shot.
This one's a toss-up. Tough to call.
Especially with Diaz making his debut.
UFC jitters, you know. But his power's undeniable.
Odds are almost even. Reflects the excitement, I think.
And the uncertainty. Should be a good one. All right, and now for the main event. The fight everyone's been waiting for.
This is it.
Former Bantamweight champ, Petr No Mercian.
Going up against...
Former 2-time flyweight champ, Deiveson Figueiredo.
Big fight for both of these guys.
Huge. First time we're seeing Figueiredo at bantamweight.
A lot of questions there. A lot of excitement.
Absolutely. So, let's talk about Yan. Calculated. Precise. Great boxing.
Fight IQ is through the roof.
He's coming off that loss to Dvalishvili.
Tough fight.
But he's still considered one of the top contenders in the division.
Oh, absolutely. Now, Figueiredo. Explosive. Dynamic. Finishes fights.
Love to finish fights.
3-fight win streak coming into this one. Knocked out some big names at flyweight.
Yeah, but the question is, can that power translate to bantamweight?
That's the big question. The odds makers seem to think so.
Yeah, Figueiredo's only a slight underdog. which is interesting.
It is. I think a lot of people see this as a clash of styles.
Totally. You got Jan, the technical boxer, Figueiredo, aggressive, looking for that knockout.
It'd be fireworks.
You're sure. I think the key for Jan, though, distance control.
Keep Figueiredo at bay.
Exactly. Use that jab. Work the outside. Don't get dragged into a brawl.
Right, because if Figueiredo can close that distance,
Oh, it's dangerous.
he's got that power. And don't forget the jiu-jitsu.
Oh, yeah. He can grapple, too. Can't underestimate that. Another thing to consider, Figueiredo switched camps.
He did. Went to shootbox Diego Lima.
Known for producing some ferocious strikers.
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting to see. Has his striking improved?
Because Jan definitely wants to keep this fight standing.
No doubt. One more thing I'm keeping an eye on, Figueiredo's cardio.
Yeah, he hasn't gone past the 4th round in the UFC.
Jan, on the other hand, he's got that 5-round gas tank.
So if this fight goes the distance, could be a factor.
Absolutely. If Figueiredo starts to slow down, Jan could take over in those later rounds.
All right, so for those listening who like to place a bet,
Tough one to call.
it really is. Jan's got the technical skills, the experience,
Yeah.
but Figueiredo,
The power. Unpredictable. Dangerous underdog.
true pick'em fight.
Definitely keeps you guessing. Will Jan's precision be enough? Or is Figueiredo going to prove he's a threat at bantamweight?
We'll have to wait and see. This main event, it really feels like a crossroads for both of these fighters.
Yeah, for sure. Big implications.
What do you think a win here does for Jan?
I mean, beating Figueiredo, that puts him right back in the mix.
Makes a statement.
Exactly. Shows everyone he's still a top contender at bantamweight. And, you know, he said it himself. He wants that title back.
He wants that rematch with Deiveson.
Absolutely. And for Figueiredo, winning against a guy like Jan.
Instant credibility at bantamweight.
Oh, yeah. Makes a huge statement. Like, hey, I'm not just a flyweight champ. I can hang with the best at 135.
Imagine 2-division champ.
That's what we're talking about. And then think about it. Figueiredo versus Deiveson for the title.
That hype would be insane.
That's a super fight. That's why this fight is so important.
It really sets the stage for what happens next in the division.
Exactly. Big implications.
So for our listeners out there, what are the key things to watch for in this fight?
For Jan, I'm watching that footwork, that jab. He's got to use those to control the distance. Keep Figueiredo from getting inside.
Right. And for Figueiredo, how does he close that distance?
Does he just rely on his power and explosiveness? Or has he added some new tricks at shootbox? We'll see.
I think those early rounds are going to be telling.
Oh, for sure. If Figueiredo can land a bomb early, hurt Jan, changes the whole fight.
But if Jan can survive those early rounds, take it into the later rounds.
His cardio, his technique, that could be the difference.
This fight is a clash of styles, a test of wills. I can't wait to see how it unfolds.
It's what makes MMA so great. You never really know what's going to happen.
So there you have it, folks. UFC Fight Night 248.
Don't miss it.
A card filled with incredible fights. In that main event,
Potential fight of the year.
2 elite fighters battling for a chance to reshape the bantamweight division.
Can't get much better than that.
We've covered a lot tonight. But as always, I like to leave our listeners with a final thought. Can Figueiredo defy the odds? Achieve the seemingly impossible?
Become a champ in 2 weight classes.
It's a question we'll all be thinking about until that final bell rings. Thanks for joining us for another deep dive.
Keep exploring, keep learning, and enjoy the fights.
If you enjoyed this video, please consider supporting this channel by hitting the subscribe and like buttons. This will help the channel grow and expand on the journey we have begun together here at AI Meets You.